What is a local model? So essentially right now, Anthropic has a model. It runs at a data center on a massive computers that can handle not only the weight of the model, like how big it is, but also how it gets sent out to people, right? So the cloud and how people access it and the burden, the workload, right? Well, these models are really big right now. They need to be running on massive computers, okay? But there are models that are much smaller and they can run on actual computers. Just like,
real quick, you say,
yeah,
so like Claude has more than one model? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
the massive one. Is there one original source model for Claude
So they've
or?
got different models. They've got
Oh, that's all
Mythos,
the
Fable,
Opus
Opus,
5.0 and all.
Sonnet,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Haiku. They've
yeah,
got
yeah.
versions of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are all different
Yeah, see the,
models.
right.
Okay.
Okay,
But then
got
they
it.
have them stored multiple times over on these data centers, and then they have to serve them to people.
Right. No, I got you. I wasn't thinking about the models to see them
Essentially, you
every
can think
day.
of it like a computer program. Okay. And you can put these computer programs on your computer if your computer is big enough, right? Like Apple just released that they're working on a 1.5, what was it, trillion gigabyte RAM or something like that computer. I don't know. Or maybe it's 1.5 million. Maybe a trillion's an exaggeration. Maybe
It's
it's a one.
big.
It's massive. Okay, and that would be capable of running like Fable, from which is the highest level reasoning model from Anthropic right now, and Claude. So it's coming, right? It's kind of like me talking to you, Martin, in 80s, saying, "Hey, you're going to be able to run like Grand Theft Auto on your computer." You're like, "What's Grand Theft Auto?" But you think about like that's a massive computer game. And I'm saying you don't have to go to an arcade and play that game. Like you could do it on that personal computer. And you're like, "Really?" This level of graphics and all this kind of stuff? Yeah, because computers got bigger, right? They could store more, right? Whereas in the past, it was like, "Oh, I can fit like 50 kilobytes on this floppy disk." You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So these models are going to be able to run directly on your computer, not connected to the internet. And so now you've essentially got it on, you're not paying Anthropic to use their model. You're buying you eventually will be buying the model, just like you used to buy a one-time thing. But you can also download a free model, put it on your computer, and it works.
Okay. I think you were alluding to this. I don't know if you said it explicitly, but these models that go on your computer are just massively smaller.
Compared to like a Fable, they're massily
Well, I
smaller,
mean,
but they're still
compared
pretty
to,
big. They're gigabytes, right? So they're like
yeah.
5 gigabytes to, you could get like a 30 gigabyte one on a computer. You could get a 500 gigabyte one on a computer, right?
Which implies, and maybe I'm getting ahead of things, but if I'm going to buy a model or rent a model or token a model, whatever, that goes on my computer, a couple of things. I'm going to want it to be relative. It should still have what's relative to my needs in it.
Well, so you have kind of two things, right? Three things. One, you have the model in terms of it, like its level of intelligence. Okay, just think of it like capability in terms of thinking and reasoning and how well it's been trained, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so that's just the intelligence layer. Then you have the tooling layer, meaning that it's been given the ability to use tools, like it knows how to use an Excel spreadsheet or it knows how to use a Word doc. Some of these things are just kind of natively built in, but not necessarily, right? Like you go and you use Claude, it's gotten a lot better at reading PDFs, for example, right? Like it used to kind of generate bad PDFs. Now it's getting better and better and better. That's because it has a PDF tool in it. Like it knows how to use PDFs and build PDFs and read PDFs, et cetera, et cetera. So same kind of thing. You can give it tooling. And then there's a layer kind of deeper than that where you're actually changing the weights of the model, where you are fine tuning it. Almost no one should really be fine tuning. You need a lot of data. So like, let's say that you are a construction company and you want the model to be really good at reading drawings, right?
Exactly.
Well, if you've got a year's worth of drawings, that's not enough, right? But let's say that you've got 20 in-house designers, estimators that do drawings, and you've been operating for 30 years, and you've got, I don't know, 5,000 projects that you've done drawings on. Okay, well now we can do some fine tuning on it, right? We could get it to where it knows drawings better than anybody. All right. And that's a process where you'd probably have to rent a GPU for like a month and do some fine tuning and all this kind of stuff. And then you could use it.
If I'm following you, you said we're working on the weights. So the alternative, if I don't have 50,000 drawings and 30 years experience, then I've got to have that ability through the model, not through what I trained.
Correct. And you would probably build some tooling around build some tooling around reading the drawings.
Okay, but I'm saying I've either got 50,000 drawings or I'm out of luck. I can get that, but I'm just not going to be able to reduce it and fine tune it and hone it to what I do, unless I have more and more data.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Exactly. So really nobody in this conversation needs to be fine tuning a model.
Right.
Okay. They need to focus on probably just getting used to using AI. But two, what they need to start thinking about is that you don't have to be beholden to Anthropic and Claude. Like you can have some, or ChatGPT and OpenAI or Gemini. You can have some portability by using a local model. Right? If you're a manufacturer, you might have some proprietary information that you're like, this is how much it costs us to use this machine. These are it's how we do things. Like I can understand a little bit on the manufacturing side, how there's some proprietary stuff there. And so maybe you want a local model. And maybe I should clarify something. So there are open source models that you can go and download right now. There's a lot from China, but there's some from the US.
And they're
it's a program. It's
they're
literally
not
like
Claude, they're not ChatGPT, they're just somebody else's AI.
Yep, it's an AI program that you
that
can
sounds
download.
A little dangerous to be downloading. Yeah, never mind. Keep going.
The reality is you're probably actually not putting it on your computer. What you can do is you can rent a computer, a VPS, a virtual private server, and you can put it on that computer in the cloud. And so you're still using it in the cloud, but it's something that you control, right? And now you're paying a lot less in token usage and you get the privacy that you want. It can be HIPAA compliant. There's zero data retention. There's all these different things that are there.
If this episode brought you clarity, we've got plenty more where that came from. Check out our full library at thecashflowcontractor.com. See you in the next one.